Hey everybody, this is episode 3 of the Nerdy Day podcast. As always, I'm Carlos, your Nerdy Day. I'll have all my little things on the bottom for Patreon and Twitter and all that jazz, but I wanted to talk about something kind of special today. Okay, you can kind of see it in my background right here. Not really good at the pointing, but boom, there it is. The Xbox One Series X. So, I'm kind of a PlayStation guy. Kind of had every console for a long time. Had owned the 360. That was kind of big like third party platform for me. And then when the Xbox One came out, I kind of bought it around when Assassin's Creed Unity dropped, and this was like still Dom Matrick era of Xbox. Wasn't really that big of a fan, so I kind of got rid of it so I can get a Switch. You know, at the time we were pregnant with our firstborn. Not ready yet. Due. Really want a new console. And I don't make a lot of money doing my normal day to day. So, kind of was like, oh, let's cut costs. And I definitely play on the PlayStation 4 all the time. And I'm a big proponent of that platform. I really like it. So let's get rid of it. And then things started to turn for Xbox. I mean, we had the kind of turning around. We have Game Pass now, and XCloud is a thing, and they're kind of hitting. All the first party games are on Game Pass. Like I think, and it's kind of universal around PC as well. I think it's really impressive how they've turned the ship around from beginning of Xbox One to what we're going to consider this fall, like kind of the end of Xbox One era, and the start of the Series X, their next generation platform, which it seems like they're not really embracing the next generation title. They're kind of using it more like an iPhone. A lot of people in the industry will kind of tell you, I watch a lot of kind of funny games daily, and Imran and Greg and all and Gary will kind of see it said similar items, and that's kind of where they said it, and like it kind of clicked for me too. It was like, yeah, I think that's marketing and all. That's kind of where it seems like this is going. Like I'm on an iPhone 11, but it's like I had an iPhone 7 like 2 months ago, so it's that similar. But yeah, I wanted to talk about one of the most like impressive things that Xbox has done within the Xbox One sphere, and that is backwards compatibility. I think they've gone above and beyond, kind of being like good guy Xbox. They've also shown that like they're just amazing to cater to like an audience that is been fans of Xbox platform. So let's say the original. I mean, backwards compatibility at this point has been tailored to go back as far as the original Xbox, and a lot of stuff gets up-res too. I mean, like KOTOR, I believe, is in 1080p on the Xbox One. If you buy it, from the store and things like that nature. I mean, heck, I have a cart I've been wanting to buy. I've been wanting to buy Peace Walker, because it's not. I think it's available through like PlayStation, but it's through like the online streaming service, and I'd rather have it to physically download. And I don't believe it's on Game Pass, which that would be awesome as well. But yeah, the Peace Walker that came out from the remastered version of Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3, the HD ports, that's on there, and I want to play it. And speaking of kind of funny, like I was listening to Beyond, and I picked it up on my Vita, started playing it, and like the controls just don't make sense. And then a buddy of mine from my other podcast, shout out, entranceramp.com. Oh, actually, we don't have a website. I should edit this out, but I think it's funnier if I keep it in. But yeah, Entrance Ramp. Check it out. It's on YouTube. Wrestling podcast. We talk about it every week. It's amazing. You should check us out. We're awesome. I was talking to Remy on there, and he was like, dude, it's out on Xbox and all. Like, that's the preferred way. You have the joysticks, the button layout's actually what your brain would use. And I was like, oh, crap. So, I'm going to buy that eventually, put that $15 down, and actually play the game that, like, everyone says is, like, a must-play for Metal Gear Solid fans, and it's one that's eluded me. And I mean, they've been like firing on all cylinders, man. Like, just Xbox is just killing it in the game, man, and they're just doing so many good things to the client base and prospective people that want to play. They're like, hey, man, you play like Red Skies or whatever that flight game was back in the day. Like, you play that, man. You can play it on your Xbox One X, you know. Luckily enough, recently, like I have other people in my household, and they have an Xbox One original model. So I have been able to play some of the later titles. Like, I've been able to play Gears. That was a big thing recently, and man, what a game! But I got to play that because of the power of Game Pass and things like that. But kind of going back to what my main topic with this episode 3 is, because I tend to ramble. If you watch our wrestling podcast, you'll understand, or know me in real life. I'm just gonna read kind of from. I have a little script right here. So we have we're reading some quotes from Ethan Gotch. It's a writer at Kotaku. I'm kind of pulling some of this stuff from Kotaku's website. Just check them out. They're awesome. The headline says, Xbox Series X backwards compatible games will support quick resume feature and HDR, Microsoft says. And then I just have like a few like quotes that kind of like stuck out to me. So we have here, games will see a significant reduction in in-game load times, which would be amazing. Especially if you were to play Mass Effect and those elevators. We'll see how quick that goes down. When asked how significant, Microsoft directed Kotaku to the tech demo showing State of Decay 2 loading on a Series X. You can find that video on Xbox's YouTube and probably on their website as well. I'll probably link to the YouTube video. But it's pretty interesting if you see like the quick resume as well as the load times, especially in that game. Speaking to a family member of mine, he mentioned he plays State of Decay 2, and we watched the video and stuff. And he's like, if Series X can do this, that would be amazing, because he eventually stopped playing State of Decay 2 because of the load times. Another quote here from Ethan's article. We have they'll support an innovative HDR reconstruction technique that adds HDR to older titles that didn't originally have it. So again, I want to go back to KOTOR because that's just an awesome game. Or I'm not sure if it's on backwards compatibility, but that'd be awesome. Jade Empire. Imagine like adding HDR to like Jade Empire. Those beautiful like colors, and like if there's darkness in there. Ah, dude, killing it. Especially if you have an HDR TV. And then another, older games will also support the quick zoom feature, which lets you swap between to at least 3 games at a time. Which is pretty awesome that it's going to do it with the backwards compatible games. I know recently I've bought, I'm a big JRPG fan and had a hard time playing Final Fantasy 13 when it initially released, but I kind of want to go back to it. So I just bought 13 and 13.2 when they were recently on sale. I haven't bought any time yet. I'm going through Doom Eternal right now just because my nephew got that for me. He's a very nice gentleman to buy that for his older uncle. But I'm happy to play that on Xbox at this moment, and I'm loving it. And I think it'd be so cool to like swap, because I'm playing Doom, to swap from Doom Eternal to swap to, you know, Final Fantasy 13. Like if I'm in the middle of a like some kind of big boss fight and I'm using summons or something, that would be insane. And yeah, it seems like too the quick resume feature they also mentioned in the article would be like if there's a system update in the middle of the night, like system model, like, you know, or system update 2.0 for the next like whatever the new dashboard is going to look like, all that craziness that Xbox does all the time, it'll still keep that game in quick resume. That's insane. That's nuts, man. I think this is all just great stuff, and it also kind of shows to where Xbox is at in just vocalizing their next gen strategies compared to PlayStation. I have a video coming up. I mean, I will say just to time myself, today's May 29th. Today, earlier this morning, we did get a final reveal, because there have been rumors for about a week that PlayStation is going to hold a conference, or some kind of video presentation about it over an hour, it said, next Thursday on June 4th. So that'd be interesting to actually get some brass tacks on like what's going on with the PlayStation platform. They briefly discussed their backwards compatibility thing, but it seems like it might only be like 100 titles, or their wording is very confusing as well. I may sound like an idiot. Like, somebody please correct me in the comments, or hit me up at Twitter at nerdaday, but it's underscore between every word. And the description's like on the video below, and for audio listeners, is NERD_A_day. So it'd be interesting. I don't know if I can keep reading that wrong. They said that they'll add thousands of titles later on, but I mean, how awesome would it be to like, I bought PlayStation 1 Classics on the PS3 and that also are on my Vita, which is cool, but how cool would it be to play it on my, I have a 43-inch 4K TV. Like, how cool would it be to just see it on there? And, it's not like the greatest TV, but still, it's 4K HDR. Like, it'd be awesome just to get some crisper colors. I mean, that'd be cool if they did something like similar to what Nintendo's doing, with the Pixel Perfect mode in the Super Nintendo and Nintendo, like, little eShop things. Part of my wording on that one, like, brain dead at the moment. But yeah, I mean, this is all really exciting news, and it just, again, continues to just show how Xbox is on top of everything and the top of their wording for this next generation console. It's very interesting, and it makes me root for them even more so than when they were failing. Because you don't want there to be just one console, right? That'd be weird. People will be complaining and everything like that, and it becomes stagnant. For instance, again, to talk about my wrestling podcast, I'm a wrestling fan. For the longest time, we just had WWE, and other companies tried, but now with AEW, other companies are really stepping up, and now we have AEW, ROH, MLW, Impact. Everyone's trying, and it shows in the whole marketplace, and there's so many different outlets for you to watch these things. So why not in the game space? Like, why not want to, like, I love PlayStation, but I want Xbox to do good, because if they do good, it pushes PlayStation to do better. And then we also, in a few weeks, have, like, The Last of Us coming out. So they're doing amazing things with games. Doesn't that want to push Xbox to have their first party titles be, like, knock out apart? Like, oh my God, this is crazy. Everyone's talking about it. And, unfortunately, like, I love Gears, but it didn't seem like it pushed the needle, So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Kind of going to end that right here. Love Xbox. Can't wait to see what's going to happen. I would love to pick up the Series X at launch. Let's see financially if I can do that. That'd be very interesting. But I think this is a very exciting time. And then we also have, Thursday to look forward to see what happens with PlayStation. But I think right now, man, it just seems like Xbox is on their game. And they're not resting on their laurels, and they're being good guy Xbox all at the same time. It's very interesting. It's very cool to watch, especially if you love the game space, man. So with that, please comment down below on the video. There's links to my Patreon. So if you guys want to support, so I can kind of build this setup a little better, get better equipment to talk to you, not kind of work off an iPhone and a USB mic that I almost knocked over. Hilarious. But all right, guys, I think that's it. We're gonna call it quits, and see you guys in the next video. Bye.